For my researched essay, I've decided to write about the Sony Discman. This is essentially like a second generation of the Walkman, but it's more compact. And the first article I looked at was on Pitchfork. It starts off by talking about the targeted audience of this device and its predecessor. Then it starts to discuss how big of a hit the original Walkman was and how many people still remember using these. Finally, the writer talks about how single-purpose music players like the Discman aren't really that popular anymore. I personally would not use this article as a source because I'm really not sure that the author did enough research on the actual device. For my second article, I looked at something on a website called Hi-Fi News. And this article starts out discussing why Sony felt that they needed to make a new Walkman. And this is basically because their competitors were starting to catch up to them and possibly even making better devices than them. So they made the decision to make something new, and they made the Walkman more portable, they made it rechargeable, and they just overall made it a lot easier to use. And so it goes into detail about each of the improvements made. Like, there's at least a paragraph about each improvement, as you can see. And finally, it discusses what Sony kind of did after this, like what kind of devices they put out. And I do believe that this could be a good source. So this is a diagram that I made about the two articles that I read. Overall, I do think that the Hi-Fi News one would be a better source for educational purposes and research purposes. I personally would not use the Pitchfork article as a source, mostly because it just does not seem very well researched.